Question: what does all gas, no brakes?
It's all gas, no brakes.
Shocked or unshocked, bitch, how you want it?
Abolish police, abolish prison.
Beep, 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 back it up, you know what I'm saying? All gas, no brakes!
Have to do with filter bubbles. What even are filter bubbles? And what the hell is all gas, no brakes? Hey, welcome to a new phase of me throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks in regards to my YouTube channel. I started a series called A Guide to the Internet. A series in which I, a web design student, take a look at interesting topics in the internet landscape. So, what is all gas, no brakes? All Gas No Brakes is the YouTube channel of Andrew Callahan. As of right now, the channel has over 1 million subscribers. What's it about? The channel description only says, interviews from the road by Andrew Callahan. Well, this is true, but it isn't very descriptive. All Gas No Brakes is more like,
Everybody cough in my face! Do it! Somebody come cough in my face! Yes! Cough directly in my face! Well, wait.
Andrew and his camera crew drive all over the USA in an old RV. On their journeys, they go to events and gatherings to interview all kinds of interesting people.
How do you spot a human-alien hybrid?
I think it's the smell. They buy Axe at the grocery stores because they think that that's what the human teens want. The human teens, they disguise themselves as that.
Basically, it's a modern form of gonzo journalism. Gonzo journalism being a term popularized by Hunter S. Thompson.
7%! Bird shot, you asshole!
And it's a good place. Here we are in the middle of it, right up on the mountain. If this son of a bitch wants to bitch about his cows over here and shoot at me, well, it's our country. It's not theirs. It's not a bunch of used car dealers from Southern California. Democracy, you have to be a player.
It's journalism defined by the subjectivity and the thoughts of the writer, whereas traditional journalism tries to be as objective as possible. What makes Andrew Callahan's style unique is that he really engages with the people he's interviewing, and he isn't forcing them to act strange. They just do. In an interview with Andrew on the H3H3 podcast, which I'll come back to later, he talks about his interviewing style.
They don't even care. And if you go into a convention, every funny, enthusiastic person is going to run towards the camera and just...
Seems like you have a talent to get them to feel comfortable because they just seem like they don't care. They let you record everything.
I don't know if you're familiar with Louis Theroux, the documentarian, but he has a similar style where he's very unjudgmental and very passive and accepting of all people, as strange as they are. And like that makes people feel very welcome and open. And he gets the best interviews out of people. I feel like you share that characteristic with him.
Yeah. I do this one thing that he does that I kind of got from watching him, where even if you know the answer to something, you still ask it. You just act sort of naive and curious.
Right.
Even
Totally.
What's this filter bubble thing about then? To explain that, we need to go back in time a little bit. In ye olden days, the sources of media were more limited. People first had newspapers, then came the widespread use of radio, and radio was followed by TV. The variety of news sources increased with each new innovation. People could choose what they wanted to see or listen to. This choice was an important part in creating diversity in the media landscape. Then came the internet. The internet allowed not only media companies to spread information, but everyone. Everyone with access to the internet, that is. After a while, social media platforms started becoming the norm, and this caused another shift in the way we get information. Platforms like YouTube and Facebook and TikTok all use algorithms to provide users with personalized content feeds. People only get to see content they like. Sounds great, right? Well, this is where the so-called filter bubble comes in. Let's say I like a few cat videos on YouTube. YouTube's algorithm will naturally show me more cat videos on my front page. If I then keep clicking on those new videos, I will get stuck in a feedback loop. In this example, my feedback loop consists of the algorithm giving me videos, me watching and liking these videos, and the algorithm giving me more. If I only keep watching and liking these cat videos, I probably won't see others, like this one. I see the things I affiliate with and nothing else. This is the essence of a filter bubble. This doesn't look like a problem, but start replacing cats and Star Wars with two sides of something more serious, or dare I say, political. And you can see why filter bubbles might be a bit of a problem. You're probably thinking, what does any of this have to do with All Gas No Brakes? You may be surprised, but I would go so far as to say that filter bubbles play an indirect role in the appeal and the success of the series. Let me explain that. The whole concept of the show is to interview individuals who are pretty out there.
Never did put on hand sanitizer ever.
According to Andrew, most of these people want nothing more than to share their thoughts on camera.
How do you explain who you are? What do you say?
Hey man, I'm making a documentary. The thing about characters is that they love to be on camera.
They don't care what you're doing.
I remember, like, I'll tell them this is All Gas No Brakes, and we'll finish the thing, and they'll be like, what was it called again?
Yeah.
They don't even care.
They are definitely not ashamed to share their viewpoints. I would even argue that they think their ideas are completely normal. And they aren't alone in the way they think most of the time. Just look at the conventions they go to. They go there to find like-minded people. Of course, conventions aren't the primary way these people meet and share their ideas. We have this thing called the internet. And just like anyone else, the people featured in the All Gas No Brakes interviews join Facebook groups, they watch videos they're interested in, and they browse subreddits they find appealing, etc, etc. And just like anyone else, they are stuck in a filter bubble. This is where the genius of All Gas No Brakes comes in. It shows such a great variety of people and a variety of ideas, and the show doesn't actively try to mock these people. He isn't arguing or debating with these people, he just interviews them. Of course, he often chooses to show the most extreme individuals in his videos, because they are the most entertaining, and sometimes there is some clever editing for comedic effect.
It's a means of conveyance, and look at that right there. Is that human?
But I truly believe All Gas No Brakes isn't pushing a narrative. Instead, All Gas No Brakes gives people a voice and doesn't frame things in a way to polarize them. Just look at the recent riots in the USA. CNN will only show positive footage from the people on their side of the debate and demonize their opponents. And Fox News is doing the exact same thing from the other side of the political spectrum. As a non-American, US news seems incredibly biased and politicized. No wonder the US is so polarized, because people on both sides are only hearing things they affiliate with, and nothing else. Sounds familiar, right? For me, All Gas No Brakes probably gave the most unbiased view of the riots I have yet seen. Andrew goes in, interviews people, shows it to the world, regardless of their side or views. It works against the us versus them mentality that is so often brought forward to people stuck inside a filter bubble. I think we can learn a lot from watching independent content like All Gas No Brakes. And besides that, it's just so good.
They think they fighting for their country? I'm fighting for my country too. Fuck 12, eat my goddamn ass, and suck these nuts. We're really gonna get into the Constitution.
Hey, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. I'm still trying to find my style in regards to making videos, so if you have any constructive criticism, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching.
On your mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality.
Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.